Do you use Mywise and find yourself wondering, does Mywise accept Zelle? It's a question many of us have as we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of digital payments. We're all looking for the easiest, fastest, and most convenient ways to manage our money, and when it comes to sending and receiving funds, Zelle has become a household name for its speed and simplicity. But how does it fit into the Mywise ecosystem? But here's the reality check, and it's important to get this straight right from the start. Mywise, at this time, does not directly support Zelle for money transfers. This means you cannot directly send money from a Zelle account to your Mywise card, nor can you initiate a Zelle transfer directly from your Mywise account. Now, before you get disappointed, let's unpack what this means and explore the reasons behind it. Zelle is designed to work primarily with traditional bank accounts and credit unions. When you use Zelle, you're typically linking it to a checking or savings account at a participating financial institution. Mywise, while a robust financial tool, operates more as a prepaid debit card or a pay card, often used for direct deposit of wages. While it functions similarly to a bank account in many ways, it doesn't always have the same direct integration capabilities with third-party peer-to-peer payment services like Zelle. Think of it this way. Zelle relies on the underlying banking infrastructure to facilitate those near-instant transfers. It needs a traditional bank account number and routing number that is directly tied to a bank that participates in the Zelle network. While Mywise cards do have account and routing numbers for direct deposits, their primary nature as prepaid cards sometimes limits their direct compatibility with platforms built for traditional banking relationships. So, if you can't directly use Zelle with Mywise, what are your options? Does this mean you're out of luck entirely? Not necessarily. There are workarounds and alternative methods you can use to bridge the gap between Zelle and your Mywise card. Understanding these alternatives is key to effectively managing your funds across different platforms. Let's consider the most common scenario. You need to receive money from someone who wants to send it via Zelle, and you want that money to end up on your Mywise card. Since a direct transfer isn't possible, you'll need an intermediary. The most straightforward solution involves a traditional bank account. Here's how that workaround would typically function. Method 1. Using a linked traditional bank account as an intermediary. This is probably the most practical approach. If you have a traditional checking or savings account with a bank that does support Zelle, which most major banks and credit unions in the US do, you can use that account as a bridge. Receive Zelle funds into your traditional bank account. The person sending you money via Zelle will send it to your email address or US mobile number that is linked to your traditional bank account. The funds will then arrive in that bank account, usually within minutes. Transfer funds from your traditional bank account to your Mywise card. Once the money is in your traditional bank account, you can then initiate a transfer from that bank account to your Mywise card. Mywise allows you to link external bank accounts for transfers. You would typically do this through the Mywise app or by logging into your Mywise account online. You'll need your Mywise account and routing numbers, which you can find in your Mywise app under Account Settings and then Direct Deposit. Transfers from a linked bank account to your Mywise card can take a few business days to process. This method adds an extra step, but it effectively allows you to receive Zelle funds and get them onto your Mywise card. It leverages the strengths of both platforms, Zelle for fast peer-to-peer transfers to a traditional bank, and Mywise for managing your everyday spending and direct deposits. Method 2. Using other peer-to-peer payment apps with Mywise linking. While Zelle might not directly integrate, Mywise is generally more compatible with other popular peer-to-peer payment apps like Venmo or PayPal. These apps often allow you to link a debit card for transfers, and since your Mywise card functions as a debit card, you might be able to use it here. Receive funds via Venmo or PayPal or similar app. If the person sending you money is open to using a different app, they could send it to you via Venmo or PayPal. Link your Mywise card to Venmo/PayPal. You can then link your Mywise card to your Venmo or PayPal account. This would typically involve entering your Mywise card number and other required details within the Venmo or PayPal app. Transfer funds from Venmo/PayPal to your Mywise card. Once your Mywise card is linked, you can initiate a transfer of your Venmo or PayPal balance directly to your Mywise card. Some apps offer instant transfers for a small fee, while standard transfers might take a few business days. This method offers a more direct route than the traditional bank account intermediary, but it relies on both parties being willing to use an alternative peer-to-peer platform. Why the lack of direct Zelle integration? It's natural to wonder why Mywise doesn't have direct Zelle integration, especially given Zelle's widespread popularity. There are a few likely reasons. Prepaid card versus traditional bank account. As mentioned, Zelle is deeply integrated with traditional banking infrastructure. Prepaid cards, even those with account and routing numbers, sometimes operate on slightly different systems that aren't fully compatible with Zelle's network. Regulatory and compliance considerations. Financial regulations and compliance requirements can differ between traditional banks and prepaid card providers. Integrating with Zelle might require Mywise to meet specific regulatory frameworks that are more aligned with traditional banking services. Business model and partnerships. Mywise's primary focus is often on payroll and direct deposit solutions, particularly through its association with ADP. Their business model might not prioritize direct integration with every peer-to-peer payment service, instead focusing on direct deposit, bill pay, and card-to-card transfers within their own network or through established partnerships with services like Venmo or PayPal. Security and fraud prevention. Zelle's instant transfer nature requires robust fraud prevention measures. Integrating with various types of financial products, including prepaid cards, could introduce complexities in maintaining the same level of security and fraud mitigation. What about sending money from Mywise using Zelle? The same limitations apply here. Since Mywise doesn't directly accept Zelle, it also doesn't allow you to initiate Zelle payments directly from your Mywise account. If you want to send money via Zelle, you'll need to do so from a traditional bank account that is linked to Zelle. So, the next time someone asks you about using Zelle with Mywise, you'll be armed with the knowledge to explain exactly how it works and, perhaps more importantly, how to get your money where it needs to go. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.